When I was a child, I'd come home after school every day to an empty house. My father had flown the coop. My mother worked as a maid in a hotel. It was lonely, so I brought in a baby squirrel I had found, and I kept him in a shoebox. And then one day after school, when I came home, he looked kind of sickly. He was dead already, but I didn't know that. I had forgotten to feed him for a couple days. And so I picked him up and I laid him on the table and I prayed my heart out for several hours. And when my mother came home and found us, she screamed bloody murder and she picked him up and she threw him in the garbage. She worked hard, my mother. She was exhausted and she couldn't have known how cruel that was. But I cried and I cried saying, God didn't answer my prayers. I remember my mother was pouring herself a whiskey, the Martin family cure for everything. And she looked at me and she laughed and said, God always answers our prayers. It's just rarely the answer we're looking for. It's over for me, Frank. My goose is cooked.